Dr. Kiranpreet Kaur, human resource expert, with us on the broadcast. TCS claims here, Dr. Kaur, that there was zero tolerance and it says that it has acted on swiftly. But if complaints dated back years, 2022 to now 2026, that's almost about 4 years. Is this a failure of internal system, isn't it? If this happened in a top IT firm, just like ADGP was telling us, how safe are India's workplaces really for young women trying to make a career for themselves?
Very well said, Kabir. I think it clearly tells us that global presence does not eliminate the local realities, which is social power dynamics that still influence the workplaces. And while TCS claims that it has a zero tolerance policy, I'm, still not clear with the execution fidelity at the ground level, because if the gap exists, this is only bound to happen, because awareness is one thing and actual understanding and the speed of response and whether the investigation is perceived neutrally or, with a preconceived notion, all of this makes all the difference. And immediate acknowledgement of complaints becomes the first part of action, which is protection, against any kind of retaliation of an unbiased inquiry process. So HR credibility completely depends on consistency, not bases the hierarchy, bases the region or the business pressure. And especially when team leaders who are the first line of culture enforcement, it is very disturbing to miss out the early warning signs, which is
You're absolutely right. Dr. Kaur, your verbiage, it resonates with what psychology students call organizational behavior. This alleged misconduct continued for 2 to 3 years. This is a top MNC, like we've already established. Talk to us about the key gaps, the gaps that have been exposed in this human resource oversight, the internal audits. What led to the brewing of this entire grooming scandal at large?
I think it's more than the HR failure. It is a systematic gap across levels. It seems like, from policy to leadership behavior to employee trust. All of this, together has played a role, and that is why it has taken this long period, because reporting directly is linked to psychological safety and trust, which somewhere is missing, and therefore, it took years to come out. But I feel the action must be firm and procedurally correct, and undue any pressure should not deviate the standard process, and I think cannot compromise on both justice and legal standing here.
Yep.
So any organization, I feel, should ensure that it's a time-bound investigation, transparent and confidential, and POSH must be taken very, very seriously, and a rerun, targeted POSH and leadership sensitization, I think, immediately should happen.
You're absolutely right. It's not, a measure of compliance for these big companies. It has to act inside those corporate setups as well.